Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are starting the motor pull process on Beau's Evo. Beau has already started to remove some of the bolt-on stuff, the front mount, and some of the charge piping, and he's working on the battery. I don't know how far we're gonna get today, as this is Beau and I's first time pulling a motor out of an Evo. My only experience was 2 years ago when I owned my first Evo. I'll put you guys on a little time lapse of getting the motor ready to be pulled out of the car. Little update, so we have the oil and the coolant is now draining out of the Evo. We have the downpipe off. As we were pulling the radiator out, this is the drain bolt. It's hard to see on camera, it's not focusing, but this bolt is completely stripped out along with the threads inside the radiator, which is a brand new radiator, has run for maybe 50 miles, so it's sad to say this radiator is trash unless we can maybe try to retap it, but it's looking like we need to get a new radiator for the Evo. A little update for you guys. We have obviously the hood off to pull the motor. We have all the fluids drained, radiator out. We are now working on getting the turbo kit off.
We're off to a good start.
There we go. I'm just scared. I really don't want this shit to break. Oh, fuck. Yes. Yes. These bolts we struggled to get off because there's no right angle as the head bulges over more. So Beau came up with this idea to bend this 12mm ratchet or wrench so it fits in the groove and makes it 10 times easier without stripping out the nut. So if you guys are taking apart an Evo and you guys don't have the proper tool, just bend a 12mm. We finally have the turbo kit off the car. We have it placed over there. When Beau first bought the car, he bought an FP manifold that we were putting on, and we broke the stud, this stud right here, into the block. 3 bolts on the turbo kit, and I actually punctured the radiator. So that was a huge fail. That was the only other time we've ever worked on an Evo. So we're very happy that we were able to successfully get the turbo kit off. So now that we have the turbo kit off, we need to now disconnect everything else. The whole engine harness, all the fuel lines, and get everything ready. Motor mounts disconnected to be able to pull the motor and trans out of here.
I don't know what I'm unplugging, but hell yeah, man.
missing something?
No.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that one more hit or is it good?
Well, you know, just tap it slow. It'll come out. There you go.
My finger's fucking stuck. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's hitting your oil pressure sensor.
We'll move the thing. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm on.
Okay.
Try going the other way? Yes!
That's it?
Yeah. Do it again. Don't do it too hard though. Yep.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Thank you, Devin. This video is spread out through multiple days as we're just picking at it when we have time, and Beau works till very late. Tonight we are wanting to get the motor and everything out of the car tonight. So we just got the throat bearing disengaged, which if you guys have worked on an Evo, is an absolute bitch to do. It is a nightmare. We have the axles out. We did that yesterday. And we have the serpentine belt off. From what we know, everything is disconnected that we need to pull the motor out. And for those who are working on Evos or plan on doing it in the future, or just don't even know how to disengage the throwout bearing, we were struggling with this for quite a while until Devin told us an easy way to do it. So you have, it's hard to see, you have your inspection hole right here, which you can see straight into the clutch and have access to the throwout bearing. Straight access to the throwout bearing through that inspection hole down there. You'll put your flathead, just like how you normally pop out a throwout bearing, but you want to push the clutch fork all the way to the driver's side to give it pressure and twist the flathead so it disengages it, and then shove the clutch fork back this way while you're still on the throwout bearing, and it'll pop out of place. That's the last part we were not doing, and that's why we were struggling to get the throwout bearing disengaged. So one of the reasons we were pulling this motor is we had a mysterious oil leak we could never figure out. But as I'm under the vehicle with the axles out, it looks like the dipstick popped out of the block. And it's hard to see on video, but everything is just coated in oil. So I wonder if that's where the oil leak was coming from. At least that's a source of an oil leak.
Go ahead, say something.
Ta-da! Nah, that shouldn't go nowhere. It'll be funny as fuck. The first pull it just breaks. God damn it.
Sender?
Yeah, maybe start lighter hitting. Yeah. Woo! We finally have the beau transmission out of Beau's Evo. We have the motor on the cherry picker right now, transmission laying down. We went to go pick up another motor stand because I'm currently using mine, but we don't have long enough bolts to get it through the motor stand into the motor. So tomorrow we'll get the right bolts to be able to get the motor on the stand. This ended up being a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Working on Evos is an absolute nightmare, but after some time we were able to finally get it out of the vehicle. Next time if we do this, I think dropping the whole subframe would be significantly easier, as there's not space to, because we took off the transmission from the motor and then pulled out the motor. I think we should have just dropped all of it together because there's not much space to work in here. I thought doing this motor pull on this Evo would have been a lot easier, but if you guys have worked on Evos, it is an absolute fucking nightmare. The hardest part was probably this transfer case, trying to get this disconnected with the motor and trans still in the car. Everything was difficult trying to get it disconnected. But regardless, we got the motor out and nothing was damaged, we didn't break anything, so that's a huge success. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. The next video, we will be tearing down the motor and starting to get everything ready to put back in the car. While we have everything apart, we're going to also just pressure wash and degrease all the engine parts and the whole engine bay, as it's quite dirty in here. So that'll make it look significantly nicer. It's just everything is coated in oil and grease, as there was an oil leak that we could not find. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.